Hello peeps! So today I'm gonna talk about a topic that I know is gonna be a little bit controversial. I think Warforge and Titanforge were underappreciated, underutilized. Wait, put down the pitchforks, put down the torches, hear me out. I'm not saying it was a good system. I'm saying it was, let's say, misused. What do I mean by this? I think Warforge and Titanforge had very good potential, but implement them again with a very big change. First off, let me get into the loot system. I'm not talking about Master Looter or Need for Greed, though I think those should come back. I mean the looting a boss itself, which personally I think it doesn't really make sense. Why would this bosses have armor and weapons inside of them? I mean, what, they ate the previous challenger and they preserved their armor intact? That has never made sense, sorry, to me. But okay, one of the options would be for them to drop plans, but they become useless if you don't have the profession to make them. You could sell the mats, sell the plans, but it's not really that far. Even if they only drop, say, perhaps pieces that you can make the armor. But this isn't Monster Hunter. I don't think this would work, mainly because we do have professions. And having a style, an EVE Online style of economy where it's all player made, I don't think actually works either, because of what we have been used to. And also because, unlike EVE Online, there's no replacement. I mean, you buy the chest, okay, you liked it, maybe you upgrade it, but you won't buy that chest again. In EVE Online, you keep buying, your ship gets blown up with all the weapons, with all the ammo, with everything you had in it, so you are constantly replacing something, so there's a flow of economy because everything is being made and everything is being bought. Perhaps you don't in EVE Online, I don't want to get into the system, so let's leave it at that. I think Blizzard has made a positive side of things, have taken a positive route with weapons in Shadowlands. Now weapons will not drop from bosses, but rather a token. I'm not sure how this will work. I don't know if it's just one token per boss, and in the raid bosses you just divide up the tokens between the players who want them to your role. I don't know. Sounds interesting, but in the long time the tokens will just degrade. I mean, okay, you get probably one weapon for your main, and eventually you'll get for your offs, those who have offs. I think in the long run it can make a problem, but I mean, it's the same as if everyone has a weapon that they don't need just one person gets it and they sell it. Okay, let's say it makes sense. Okay, let's perhaps make it a little more positive. Let's take the route I was talking about with professions, with Warforge, Titanforge, and the return of badges. I know that three things have been one of the most hated things in WoW, but hear me out. Items can be Warforge and Titanforge rather than having a chance for them to Warforge or Titanforge to the current level of tier rating. Another way could be crafting items given professions a meaning, making sense of them, but that of course that would solve the problem of not hoping for an item drop. But I don't think it quite works, because we are expected for something to drop from the bosses rather than mats that maybe we can turn into something. So let's go back to the main idea, combining badges and making them Warforge badges and Titanforge badges. Okay, here's how the system would work. You have Warforge badges that drop from dungeons, previous raid tiers, mythic from 14 under, and PvP. This would help you get an item plus 5 item level. If I think they will keep hopping 5 item level, I mean, let's just say 5 because that's the number we have right now, up to current raid mythic. So perhaps you get a normal item and you want the mythic variant, but it just doesn't drop. So you have this Warforged badges that can help you upgrade your gear. The gear you have right now, you can actually turn it into Warforged, the Warforged version or the Titanforge version of that, going from one tier to the next. So let's just say Warforged goes up to heroic current raid tier. Okay, let's just leave it at that. +5 up to that level. As I said, it dropped from dungeons, from previous raid tiers, mythic, forging under, and PvP. That would be the Warforged badges. Then we have the Titanforge badges. Those drop from current raid tiers, perhaps let's just say from heroic onwards, so that looking for raid and normal drop actually Warforged that can be used to upgrade up to heroic. That could be an option. And they drop from, like I said, current raid tiers, from high level mythic, that means 15 plus, from the weekly cache, so that PvP players can also get Titanforge for the items they keep getting. You have the option to raise, let's say, 10 or 15 levels to the item or add a socket. So that would make it Warforged. You can keep upgrading if you have a Titanforge up to the item level with Warforged. Perhaps it would be too confusing. Just okay, it's Titanforge because it has a socket, and if it has a socket, you only can keep upgrading it with Warforged because Warforged only upgrades levels, and you already Titanforge because you put a socket in it. That could be an option. You could have Warforged, Titanforge items. Sounds confusing, but hey, it could work. It could make the gear you currently have be upgradable, something that has never happened in the history of this game. You basically need to do the next one, and if you don't receive the drop, you're out of luck. In BC, Burning Crusade, they tried the badge system, but the badge system had the problem that you could purchase the next item if you didn't have anything, but it didn't feel quite well, didn't felt like it was the right way to go. I think this would be a lot better because you can upgrade gear that you already have. Not only that, BOE for the professions from bosses, the plants drop. Let's say it's not now BOEs that drop, but plants. So we enhance professions by giving them the option to make BOE items that can be sold. And these BOE items, even if it's from previous raids, they can be upgraded. So no matter what plan you got, you can actually keep making money with your professions, no matter what profession you have. And bind on pickup or the BOP items for the professions could have a special ability. So this item, you like it very much, and you can actually make it viable for raiding even after the current tier is over. This would preserve the tier raiding that hasn't happened since Burning Crusade, really. Would make professions matter in the end game because it actually you basically make the perhaps you get the item before you start raiding, and okay, you get the item, and as soon as you start raiding, or perhaps a month after you start raiding, you get a new item and the profession just doesn't make sense anymore. This would also help the economy because there would be an influx all the time of items being bought and sold in the action house, and the things you get from the bosses, the badges, actually help you. So I don't know, I really think this could help the issue that the reason why the master looter was taken away, because people felt that okay, but I needed that because that was my best in slot, and now what I'm gonna do, what am I gonna do? Sorry. So perhaps this is a system that actually Blizzard is going to implement, because as far as I know, the weekly chest, it says it's gonna have currency, but we don't know what currency it is. Oh, one final thing. when the new tier comes along, the current Titanforge badges would be converted to Warforge, just like it was in BC. So I really think this is a good system, guys. I don't know. I'd like to hear from you. I have another idea regarding this kind of thing. So based on your feedback, I'll see if this is something that sticks, something that people like, something you would like to see in the game, or perhaps just trash talk everything you want. But most importantly, if you like the video, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to know when I make and upload my next. Currently I'm planning on a weekly video. So see you next time.